We're going to try and be as loud as we can here. As I mentioned, we had a date, and it's, I think, past noon, so I don't know if Cinderella, after midnight, after noon, we all turn into a pumpkin, but here we are. You may have heard that there's a little bit of work that's been going on with our Dollywood Express locomotive, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. In the past, I think you all know when we have drought conditions, high wind warnings, red flag warnings, that we are unable to operate the Dollywood Express due to the risk to the environment. So ever since 2016 and the Smoky Mountain wildfires, we've been looking at opportunities to be able to make sure that our locomotives are able to be operated during those conditions in a safe manner. Now, from time to time, things may still happen. You can't just go to Napa Auto Parts and buy the parts that you need to fix what may happen to the Dollywood Express. But by doing what we've done, we're able to ensure that we're able to operate during those extreme weather conditions. So what we've done, and you can see obviously Cinderella is finished and I think ready to go for the season, sounds like to me. But we have taken both, and Klondike Katy is being converted now from coal to oil-fired. They will still be steam-powered, and for the guests who ride the engines, there's no difference, other than you may not get cinders. Well, you won't get cinders in your eyes. That'll be the only difference. And what's interesting to note about both of our locomotives is at various points in their history, they were already oil-fired. They were converted to coal before they came to Dollywood. So we're actually converting them back to a state that they were in historically. And Nick can speak to that a little bit. Nick is actually from the Durango-Silverton Railroad in Colorado. His team has been helping ours with this, but I want to start with Eugene first. So we've been talking about ensuring that all of our attractions are good to go for our guests year-round. And talk about the experience for guests when they aren't able to ride due to certain weather conditions and making the decision to switch the locomotives back to oil-fired.
I mean, I think one of the things that we really care deeply for our entire leadership team is to make sure we deliver our experiences consistently. And whenever we have downtime or attraction problems for things that are in our control or Mother Nature is controlling us, it really hurts us because we average about 600 to 700 people per train run here, and it's a sacred cow. People adore riding our trains. So one of the things we thought about in trying to figure out a better way to operate more safely for Julie and the team is to be able to bring them back to the roots. And we've been hard at work at this, and her entire team of trained professionals has done a really good job of adapting and learning the new procedures relative to how we're operating today. But I'm proud of the partnership as well, because what we know is we don't want to do things haphazardly, and when we do things, we invite the experts in, which is why we created the partnership. So I'm looking forward to having you all tell a little bit more about the story of what we did.
All right, so I'll turn it over to Julie Collins. Julie is the foreman and engineer here with the Dollywood Express. So first of all, Julie, tell everyone with this conversion, what difference it makes for you in the cab, but then how the experience for the guests basically is the same.
Absolutely. Nothing's going to change as far as running the locomotive. The engineer will actually still run it as he or she always has. So the operating part of it will not change. It's the firing part of it. So the firemen used to shovel the coal into the firebox. Now they're actually operating a burner to add oil into the firebox. So from a guest standpoint, nothing's going to change for them. They're still going to get that wonderful experience that they always have on the Dollywood Express. Except for this time, like you said, Wes, no cinders in the eye or getting all over them.
Awesome. So now I'm going to let Nick speak. He doesn't look like he wants to, but he's going to. This is Nick Breeden. As I mentioned, you're from the Durango-Silverton Railroad in Colorado. You've done these conversions before. You have your own trains there that you've converted. Because these were oil-fired before, did that make the process easier for you to do, or how did that work?
This thing off.
Yeah, and you got to get really close to it.
Oh, no. No, the fact that they burned oil before didn't really change anything that we had to do. What we've done here is we've basically taken years of research and analysis that was done by railroads 100 years ago, and we've been able to apply it and kind of adapt it to our own engines and also to these engines. So far, it's all done, and it's been very successful so far. But a lot of this was designed in-house using that research, and so it's just been really cool and fulfilling to see it be successful.
So, kind of speaking to that, you've done it on a lot. Tell us about what it was like to get to come to Pigeon Forge and work on the two locomotives we have here at Dollywood.
Well, so funny story. I was born and raised in Maryville.
Oh, well, there you go. You just came home then.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so-
I thought you sounded like me, so there you go.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Maryville, and I moved to Durango right out of high school. So it's really been unique and kind of full circle for me to come back, because I blame these engines for my interest in railroading. So
Well, full circle.
it's Eugene's fault.
Full circle moment. Awesome. Well, I'm also going to let Julie talk about a little bit of fact of, will you share a little bit about your background? For, some of you I think have maybe talked to Julie before. Can you share a little bit about your background and why you decided you wanted to come here to do what you do, and the interaction you have with guests and the inspiration you provide?
Of course. So I come from a medical background as a neurodiagnostic technologist. So I come to Dollywood about 11 years ago, and what I thought was just going to be for a summer. And I took one walk by the engine and knew my path had changed. So I hope that encourages people to, chase their passion and their dreams, and to follow, what excites them. It's never too late, to change that, no matter how different that path may be.
Awesome. All right. Do we have any questions for Nick or Julie about the Dollywood Express while we're here?
A little bit.
Next question.
Is the burning the oil more efficient than the coal?
It's cleaner.
Yes and no. Both were very efficient in their respective qualities, but with this you have a lot finer control over the fire in the firebox, whereas you can't take coal out of the firebox, but with this you can turn the fire up and down. It's very, almost infinitely controllable for the temperature. So right now it's just sitting and it's burning in there, but the pressure should not have moved, hopefully. If it does, it was my fault. So if it gets loud in a second, blame me.
Awesome. Other questions?